Support for the show comes from Amazon Prime. You might think of Prime as only a way to get fast, free delivery, or maybe as the place to stream movies, shows, and sports. But it's actually way more than that. Maybe you've got a passion or a hobby. Prime can help you get the most out of it. Whether you're streaming documentaries on marine animals, ordering action figure stands with free one-day delivery, or finding the perfect playlist to impress that special someone, Prime makes it easier and faster to do what you love. Whatever you're into, it's on Prime. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to get more out of whatever you're into. JW, you probably have an interesting perspective on our inductees, right? You see behind the scenes, you see what is not front-facing. Talk to us a little bit about your experience as a journalist with these players and these inductees.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, one thing about Maria, and I don't know if it will come out today, but one thing that always struck me was, she has this breakthrough as a teenager. She wins Wimbledon, beats Serena Williams at center court, and immediately the brands get a hold of her and she becomes marketed as this graceful. Remember the I Feel Pretty? Remember Nike that? Ad, the Holly Golightly Nike ad? Yeah. And I think that was so inconsistent with her tennis, because here was a player who was sort of a gym rat, and she would practice and sweat and grind and try and get every last ounce over her bill. I think you talked about getting just 4% faster. Yep. The fact that the one major she won multiple times was the French, not her choice surface, but the surface that requires you to be really gritty. I think there was always this irony with her, which the way she was marketed was completely at odds with her tennis, but it was really such an admirable career, such a max out of talent. And it's just extraordinary, not unlike Maria. I mean, think about where her life started, not just globally, not just the GPS coordinates, but you think about the arc of her life, and it's just, it's extraordinary. And it's also, I think, a real testament to the transforming powers of tennis that enables you to do this.
Yeah, and I'll comment on Bob and Mike. A lot of us grandstand on growing the game. And we do something here, it sounds good, and we can talk about it, and we basically say we're good, so there's an impact, that's growing the game. Like, we get a little loose with how we define it. I'll tell you the two people that never were loose with how they defined it. Every clinic, every autograph, every picture, from the time they were 16 years old and doing it, because that's what happened when you got a wild card, to the last 2 days and the 9 hours of clinics they've done, even during their own induction weekend with their father, Wayne, is like the ringmaster of clinics. Like, every single week when these guys were young, outside of adding value to themselves, every single week, and I'm not saying that that's not hyperbole, every single week of their playing lives, they added value to the game of tennis outside of their results. Yeah. Talk to us a little bit about covering them. They come onto the scene. They're carrying the tour of doubles. I don't think enough is made of that responsibility, and that they were the meal ticket for doubles for a long time, right? I mean, there's a lot of responsibility for Bob and Mike Bryan.
One of the secrets of media, people say, it's so obvious. You love Federer. You hate Federer. You love Roddick. The truth is, you don't root for individual players as fans. You root for stories. And here come these two nice-looking guys. They go to Stanford. One's a lefty. One's a righty. They have this dad that plays guitar. And you're sort of hoping, man, I hope this career pans out. This is going to be a really easy story to write. And as it turned out, they were probably the two greatest doubles players of all time. They were as accessible and as
we do need to mention Mac and the lady who was just on the this stage with us in that conversation.
As doubles specialist.
Yes.
But look at the titles they won on all different surfaces. But you look, and they never changed their level of accessibility. Exactly what you said. You need someone to go do the clinic. All the stuff you see behind the scenes. Who's going to make the hospital visit, who's going to do the clinics. Yes. Bob and Mike would be the first to sign their names up when they were 19, and they were the first to sign their name up deep into their 30s. And, they also won 30 titles, 30 majors between them. I can't think of too many athletes that just have never fundamentally changed over a 20-year career the way they have. And the fact that if you listen to the interview Andy did with the two of them, they had their there was an element of sibling rivalry, and sometimes right on the changeover they would have the fights that most of us have with our siblings in closed rooms. But absolute credit to the sport, and it's lovely that they're being recognized. It's lovely they're being recognized together.
Andy, I want to ask you about the 2007 Davis Cup when they went 4-0 in doubles and they clinched it against Russia. How special was that experience?
Goosebumps asking about it. And one, it was like a blast. We played an exhibition here on this hallowed ground yesterday, and it was our winning team with James Blake. And as it normally happened, the Bryans beat the crap out of us, and and that was that. It was special for a lot of reasons. One, there's a brotherhood that will never be broken, ever. I will do anything for those guys for the rest of our lives. Selfishly, as it comes to the tennis piece of it, I play singles on Friday, singles on Sunday. A lot of other top players have that, like, should I play doubles? Can I play doubles? Physically, mentally, I'm preparing for potentially 3 days, which would have potentially been my life had I not had the Bryan Brothers, the best doubles team of all time, to own the real estate of Saturday. And I didn't have a worry in the world. James and I knew we put 2 points on the board. It was over. Close shop. I can have a beer on Friday night. No problem. And it didn't come easy. The Davis Cup title didn't come easily to us, right? We had number ones. I was number one in singles for a cup of coffee. They were number one forever, for 2 decades. And we had tough losses on clay, away. We needed the draw to break. We needed to tough out a tough away tie on clay. We played the Czech Republic and Berdych, and we somehow got through that one. It's like the rest of the draw, it's like, so you kind of home tie, and then the next time you play that team, it's an away tie, and you just trade off. So you kind of need things to stack, and if you're a home tie, you get to choose the surface. So our team at that time, we would play at like an ice skating rink as fast as it could possibly be, and anytime we were away, we were playing on like red mud, somewhere. But just, I never ever once took for granted the amount of mental rest I was provided because I knew that they had Saturday covered. I didn't even need to touch it. So it took us 5 or 6 years where we knew we were one of the best teams, and we knew that we were close, and it broke our way. So the emotions were amazing in Portland, not for yourself, right? It's for the guys that you went to battle with, and there was a process to it. It didn't happen overnight. These shared moments of disappointment make the joys bigger and stronger. And so I think there was a little bit of relief, and also you wanted your forever connective tissue to have a win.
Support for the show comes from Amazon Prime. Prime is more than just fast, free delivery. It's your go-to for streaming music, movies, and sports. Plus, it's also a great way to connect with the things you love. Into skiing? Stream ski films on Prime Video even when the slopes are bare. Love fishing? You can get new gear delivered fast and be back by the water in no time. Planning your next big trip? Prime helps you get everything you need faster than you can write your out-of-office email. Whatever you're into, it's on Prime. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to get more out of whatever you're into.